Finland. People use donations against cancer. It's super effective. Keep up the great work, and Taria Tavatan. So we have we have $15 from Spoonie. Every time a GDQ event comes around, I'm amazed at how much good is done in just a week. Good luck to all runners, and just keep doing what you're doing. Looks like we are ready to go with Ori and the Blind Forest here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to the runner. And, all right, looks like we're good.
All right, hey, I'm Sigma, and I'm going to be running Ori Reverse Event Order here. On the couch, I've got Vooligen, Roos, and if I duck out of the way, there's Terra. All right, so just to explain a tiny bit about this run before we start, this is a super broken category of Ori where we're going to play the game backwards. So we're going to be finishing the last dungeon first. So let's get into it. We'll go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck. Nice cutscene, Skip. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
That was pretty optimal, I think. Yeah.
So we want to start with a little description about the game, the version, and the category and stuff. So Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, it's kind of a director's cut of this game. This version came out in March 2016. The original came out in March 2015. The Definitive Edition basically just adds a couple new things. It adds a new area to the game, a couple new skills, both of which are going to be pretty important in this run. And it also adds the ability to teleport between spirit wells, or the fixed save points that are in certain places in the game. And those are going to be also incredibly important. One thing you might have noticed early on is he turned off his UI, the thing at the bottom that indicates how much health and energy you have. You can just do that by hitting Alt and U on your keyboard together, and it'll just turn off.
It took us a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, we didn't know this when I did this like in SGDQ a couple years ago.
The reason we'll be doing it, even though you're losing health and energy information, is because there's a number of cutscenes in the game where dialogue will play, and by turning the UI off, it automatically skips that as fast as possible. Obviously good for a speed run.
So, at this point, you just might have noticed that those Frankies that he killed, they're called Frankies because they're like a frog and a monkey combined, dropped little yellow XP orbs. To me, those are poison, but to Sigma, those are really important. And he's going to pick up a certain number of them as he's going to make sure that he has the right amount of experience along the way. He's also intentionally taken some damage here at the beginning. He's going to be doing a glitch coming up.
Oh,
he's going to be dying.
no.
Sigma, please.
So the let's try that again. So he's going to be picking up a certain amount of XP. He's going to intentionally take some damage.
Not that
which,
much.
Yeah, as it turns out, is pretty risky. But he wants to end up at 1 health because there's going to be a door that he can place some keystones into to open a little bit further to the left. And what he's going to do is put the keys into it, once he's gotten them, of course, make a save point, and then immediately die.
Oh, no.
And when he does die, he'll respawn at that save point, and the door will just not be there. So this is called the Ghost Door glitch, and it's the first of many, many glitches we're going to see in this run.
Yeah. So we made it to 1 health successfully this time, so we're just going to grab this key and take a little dunk in the water.
All the water is poison in this game, and that's a pretty important thing to remember for a little bit later on in the run.
If you've played the original version, you might remember there's a dungeon we can do where you can unpoison the water, but because this is reverse event order, we can't go there until very late in the game, so the water will stay poisonous for the significant majority of this run.
Yeah, we're looking to build up about 7 health to get into Swamp later on because of the poison water.
You
but
guys
we'll
will see
that.
why that's important later.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right about here, he's looking to get a timed level up. So when you reach a certain amount of XP, obviously an increasing amount as you go, you will level up Ori, and you'll send out this big explosion that will deal a ton of damage to everything on screen. So it didn't get there, which means he's going to get it on the way back here. But he specifically wants to get it in that little elbow so that all those brambles blow up, and he's going to take advantage of that to pick up a bunch of XP from them too.
And we'll be timing level ups for almost the entire run, so the experience is very specifically routed for pretty much the full hour plus of this run.
Indeed.
Yeah, this first time level up is not super important. Like, I'll lose 5 seconds if I missed it, which I didn't, so we're good. But some of the later ones, like, the experience has to be set up correctly or the run just can't continue, pretty much.
You got the sub 4-minute wall jump, by the way.
Nice.
So there he picks up a couple extra XP, and all the brambles are gone. So yeah.
You can see how much more damage that does than Ori's base
Trojan
laser
log.
damage.
Trojan log.
Oh.
Oh man. All right. So he managed to defeat that log, which is the true final boss of this game.
Yeah, it's pretty much in the clear from here, I would say.
There are no difficult tricks left. So, in the kind of intended route of this game, normally he would have gone left after coming up there, and he would have opened a door that required some keys and proceeded up towards the spirit tree. But we don't want to do that in this category.
Yeah, to say we stray from the intended route in this game is a bit of an understatement.
We actually are going to specifically need to not ever go past the front of the spirit tree until much later on. So for now, he's going to go into the new area, which is called Blackroot Burrows. And we're going to get to watch an awesome cutscene.
Yeah, we get to take it easy here. We get a few cutscenes that you can normally skip in other categories that we just have to watch in reverse event order. Because if I wanted to skip this one, I would have to spend an ability point on it. And the ability points are in really, really high demand in this category.
Yeah, we're going to be leveling up like all the way until the end, like constantly getting levels and ability cells to make sure that Sigma's going to have enough points to do all of the out-of-bounds tricks that he's going to need to do.
We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to them.
Yep.
And I meant to take the save before I watched that, but I forgot. So just so we don't die and go back to wall jump, we'll just do that right now.
It's so much safer to take that after the cutscene anyway, because if you die, you lose an additional like 22 seconds or whatever when that cutscene's not watched already.
This area we're coming into, Blackroot Burrows, is pretty much every speedrunner's nightmare. Because this is a Metroidvania, the later in the run you get, the more movement abilities you have, so your options for getting around things grow the further into the run we get. But we're still early. We have very little movement abilities. And this area is quite dangerous. You can see all the spikes everywhere. So your options for not dying here are pretty limited. It's a really, really common reset place.
These projectiles are terrifying.
Oh, let's just jump into the
God, the
spikes.
spikes.
Oh, there's the spikes
Oh,
again.
Sigma, you
Sick
found the
damage
spikes.
boost, bro.
Oh yeah, we're in there.
All right. We survived the spike pit. That's pretty terrifying.
And I believe this is the first instance of a save and reload, correct?
Right.
So basically, a lot of cutscenes are skipped in this game by causing something to happen, and then you save, you exit, and you reload, and whatever you were trying to skip will count as being done. Now, that wasn't for a cutscene. What we're doing is resetting the cycles on these platforms here, but that same mechanic will come back a lot later.
Oh, man. Getting
was a little
all the
close.
XP.
Yeah, we're a little high, but it's good. It's good.
So Sigma's XP count is pretty much always going to matter. Here at the beginning of the game, it's much, much tighter. He has very specific XP windows he's going to want to hit because he's going to have a threshold of 15 in order to accomplish a vital trick that he won't be able to finish the run without.
And that's 15 out of a level up that's 275, I believe.
Yeah, it's like 4 levels from now or something like that. 3, I don't know.
Nice.
Hi, laser. Bye, laser.
I was only a little scared by that laser, yeah. So now we got some more unskippable cutscenes. Even if we wanted to, we couldn't skip this because unlike most cutscenes in the game, which as Roos said, set their trigger as soon as they start, we need to actually let this one play out and lift the darkness. We could get control and move around during it, but it would just lose time because we still have to wait for this to like light up this area before we can proceed.
And once this finishes, we're going to get the best ability in the game. It used to be Bash was the best ability, but now Dash has taken that place, which is not confusing at all.
And much like the outside of an Oreo and the inner stuffing, Bash and Dash go together incredibly well.
Unfortunately, we don't get to see Bash for a really, really long time in this category. All right, so this is a trick called Save Anywhere. So what I've done is made the game think I was closing this menu, but I didn't really close it. And what's that gonna let me do is save right here. And now this boulder is no longer lethal. And that's gonna be important later because it's not gonna kill the Frankie at the end of this little boulder chase sequence here, because I'm gonna need him later on.
We definitely need that Frankie later.
He's going on a journey.
Oh yeah,
Pretty soon.
he's very vital.
And now we're in the Moon Grotto.
So now we're going to start setting up a trick called key dupe. Basically, you can pick up these little keys that we're going to let you get through some locked doors like at the beginning of the game. And basically, each area in the game is supposed to only give you the exact number of keys you need to get through the doors in that area. But we're not doing the areas in order, so we need more keys than we can actually get. And what he's going to do is put this save down, put a key in the door, die, and then reload outside of that game or that area's loading zone. And it's going to both give him his key back and put it back on the map at the same time.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad door to dupe on, but it's our only option in this category, pretty much. In other doors, you can dupe 3 keys at once, but here we can only get 1. But you know, it's all we can do, so we do it.
Everyone always wants to ask, how come you can't do 2 keys in that door? And the reason is that once you fill the door, you can't do the dupe anymore, because when you die, it won't try to return the keys to you.
Yeah. So like we did in Glades, another ghost door here. I'm just gonna get myself killed and not have to wait for the door to open. And we're gonna get some value out of the save.
Saw it coming. Saw it coming, dude. That's the
There we
worst.
go.
That jump is also terrifying.
Keep in mind, it also saves about half a second over just going to the left door or the left wall.
Well worth it.
So this is double jump, which does exactly what it sounds like. It gives you twice the jumps. But it also, there's normally a cutscene skip here where you do a save glitch, and we can't do it in this category, but in other categories you would be doing this movement back here blind, basically, because the camera locks on the tree.
Yeah, fortunately for us, or unfortunately, I don't know, we don't have an ability point to do that, so we get to just actually see what we're doing. And we make up for it later by doing stuff that we can't see. Did anybody explain dash gliding?
No, not yet.
All right.
For dash gliding, what you do is you dash and you release the controller, the analog to neutral, and jump, and you will basically just keep your dash momentum while through the air. But if you hold left or direct or whatever direction you're traveling, Ori's momentum will drastically slow down.
Right. And the speed that goes is like, what, 50% faster than regular
Something
running?
like that,
Yeah, it's close to that.
So it's pretty nice to do. It's not as fast as just constantly dashing on the ground, but if you have to travel over air or spikes or whatever, it's faster to do a dash glide than just jump and hold left or whatever.
So now we're taking a little pit stop on the left side of Glades. Basically, no other category of this game will go over here at this point. We just need a lot of health and a lot of ability cells all the time, pretty much. So we come over here for that health cell. And even though that ability cell takes like 30 seconds to get, we just need it for later. And now we're on our way out of Grotto. So if you're familiar with Ori at all, you know that the first event in the game is coming up. I'm just going to do a cutscene glitch here so I don't have to watch a bunch of rocks start falling on my head. But coming up is the water vein, and that's the last event we're supposed to get, but it's going to be in our way, so we've got to do a little bit of a trick to skip up around it.
Yeah, so what he's going to do is called a hyperspeed save, and basically what he's going to do, I'm going to explain advance because it's going to happen real fast, but he's going to put down a save, and he's going to rekindle it while in the middle of a dash, And if he does that and then respawns, if he holds left while respawning, he'll just rocket across the screen at high speed. We'll see whether that gets it.
This might work. It's pretty tight timing. There we go.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Perfect. And there's one more save glitch. So this second save glitch is going to prevent this bridge from even dropping, which and also give him control during this cutscene. So it's just a nice little time save, and also you really want that bridge there. Just
Yeah. Otherwise, we'd have to go, like, fall at the bottom of Grotto, climb back to the top of Grotto, and then do hyperspeed again.
You might be asking, why is that little dude standing there holding that orb? Basically, because of that boulder clip we did earlier, we're doing this area backwards. We got to the end, and now we're leaving the way you're supposed to come in. So if you came in forwards, those would be the start of various cutscenes, but we're coming out backwards, and the game's having trouble keeping up with how much further beyond we're going right now.
And don't worry, like, no part of the progression of this game is going to make sense in this run. Like, we're just destroying everything. It's pretty great.
So now we get to watch this cutscene, because we were supposed to come in this way, but now we're out of here. And I didn't kill that flower, so that's good, because I want that for later.
Yep.
We'll be seeing this area a few more times, but we've got a couple errands to run right now.
Yeah. This category takes the crown for most Grotto revisits, because he normally would only come back once, but I think we get to see it like 3 or 4 times. And now time to go back to that boulder area, so we're going to see why we didn't kill the Frankie earlier.
Indeed.
That's an intentional death right there. There's a door that he started opening and then rekindled and killed himself, and that glitches the door to permanently be opening instead of requiring him to sit there holding that lever.
That reminded me, I'm going to be donating $1 a death for this run, and we're starting off with 16 intentional deaths in this run, plus however many I managed to rack up on top of that, so that'll be good.
I'm going to match that as well.
Nice.
All right, here we go. This is fun.
So this Frankie, if he gets too close, the way its AI works is if you're very close to it, it will jump high. And if you're further away, it'll jump low. And oh
My God!
And if he jumps high enough, he will jump directly into the spikes, and then you are sad, and you have to kill yourself and respawn, because you need this guy. In order to get access to Light Burst, which is the second new ability in Definitive Edition, he needs to break this barrier. Normally, you would break it with Stomp, but unfortunately, we don't have Stomp. In order to get Stomp, we need Charge Flame. In order to get Charge Flame, we need Light Burst. And so we have to do this very circuitous thing here.
Basically, like, the first 70% of this run is this giant puzzle of we have to do things backwards to not trigger events, but we need all those things in order to get to the next event. So there's a lot of very complicated steps that go into just allowing us to progress and even accomplish the category requirements.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a while before we even get the first event.
So meanwhile, Sigma just did a really neat cutscene skip. He did a dash glide over a slowdown trigger for a cutscene, and then he used the Save Anywhere glitch to learn an ability and skip a cutscene that was like well over 70 seconds or something.
Yeah, that one's really brutal. You don't want to be watching that one.
Yeah, Trojan.
Poor guy.
Oh, man. So now we got Light Burst. We will be able to get Charge Flame, so we got to make our way back there. Which just involves not dying to these lasers and doing this horrible, terrifying.
That was
horrible,
almost English. You got close.
We'll get there. This movement that just kind of sucks. There's all these slimes on these walls, and all you've got to climb this is double jump. In other categories, if you even come here, oh, geez,
Oh, God.
what are you doing?
This is
Sure,
fine.
it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
So
if
the
you
reason
even
this sucks
come
so much
here-
is we're supposed to have had Stomp to even get into that area, and to get Stomp, you're supposed to have Bash. So the game thinks we have 2 abilities, like amazing movement abilities that we actually don't have yet, making it very, very difficult to get back out.
Yeah, exactly. If you even come here in other categories, you also tend to have like charge jump at that point too, and that just makes it trivial.
Well, we made it in one piece, thank goodness.
And you remember to save. That's always good.
That save there is actually not just a safety save. I need a lot of energy for this Glades revisit, so needed to refill there anyways. Oh, this jump. Oh, good God.
All right, we're good. This jump is impossible, but it's
Okay.
fine.
Donkey party.
No, it's not that impossible, but All right, so we're heading to get Charge Flame. We're going to go at it from the opposite direction. There's this wall that you're intended to need Charge Flame to open, just to the right there. But Sigma actually has Light Burst, and he's going to be able to use that. It's basically a grenade attack, so he's going to be able to throw that at the wall, and that will break it with 2 grenades.
Sometimes 3 hits, because grenade kind of does what it wants sometimes. We'll see.
That's true. All right, cool. It actually works. That was nice. And then there's another one of those. Now, actually, in other categories, those particular walls, I mean, just in general, those particular walls can usually be broken with Stomp. But again, we don't have Stomp. But we're soon to fix that.
148. Okay.
That's not bad.
That's good.
I'll just do the 15 and the frog, I guess.
Yeah, so Sigma's XP count right now really matters. And this is like the absolute most crucial part of the run. He needs to get a level up while swimming through poison water, because he needs to be able to take 13 damage, and he only has 7 health. And if you are familiar with math, you will know that those things don't add up. So now we're going to head on back to the Moon Grotto.
So we have a $75 donation that says, "Go Sigma, digging that tasty OREO-run from your cousins R&D and aunt and uncle in Regina."
Nice. All right, so here goes the swamp entry. So this is pretty tense. We have air dash, fortunately, because we have to get here through without any damage, because we're going to need every single hit point. I'm just going to die intentionally here to reset this spider, and then hopefully he'll shoot at a good angle for me.
That's probably
It's
a little low.
Okay,
No,
we're going to die again then. For charity. That looks a bit better.
Yeah, that should be good. So this is not very intended, and what he's about to do is also not very intended. So he has the ability to regroup. When he saves, that heals him. Now he's got 7 health, and it's rapidly ticking down. And he leveled up.
Ooh, nice.
I got 3 and I still leveled. That was perfect.
And now he's at 1, so there we go. Very well done.
Oh, Ghost Store, nice.
And we've even got a Ghost Store here. Nice.
And he's now basically going to be throwing down saves every time it's off cooldown just to start
I
healing
forgot to
himself
do this.
back up. As
All
you
right.
can see, he's not very full on health right now.
All these spikes deal 2 damage, so it's not a good time.
Yeah, you're supposed
Yeah.
to have dash in here, but we have to just walk on the spikes instead.
Like I said, it's not a good time.
All right, don't pop up? Okay.
All right. But
Yeah.
wait, there's more.
This is something you'll hear a lot in this run, but you're supposed to have bash here, and that makes this really easy. But we don't have it, so it's actually quite hard now.
Yeah, hilariously, we don't even get bash until like well past the halfway point of this run.
Now, we used to have to go way around to the right and kill a mini-boss to get out of here, but because of the invention of the sublimely magnificent Jack
Oh
Stomp
my
Mark
God.
III, we can actually get out of here without having to go around that way at all.
Or take 2 damage for free. Yay, 2 damage.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
well done.
Nice.
Oh, man. Good job on the sublimely magnificent Jack Stomp Mark III.
Thanks. It's a really good trick name, I think.
I agreed.
You'll notice that we have the weirdest trick names. We have that one, and then Swamp Entry, Ginso Entry.
One of these things is not like the other.
It's almost like sometimes we're reasonable human beings and other times we're unstoppable meme machines.
The Ori community is great, but we are absolutely a bunch of meme lords.
I mean, you're literally wearing like a waifu t-shirt on our couch.
Hey, so am I. Do it for her.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Things
It's
are
fine,
going.
dude, it's fine. He has 7 health. It's no big deal.
I have 1.
Okay, he has 1 health. It's fine. No big deal. That's the same thing.
I
If
mean,
you
we
are
might
familiar
not be
with
doing
math,
force damage boosts anymore, but I just still wanted to use all those health cells, so yeah, we're good.
so there's actually a skip for this cutscene that you can do. Wait for it.
If
You have bash. And if you think some of the things we've been doing so far without bash have been kind of silly, like, man, you know, you've had to do some really awkward movements or whatever. All right, let's
well,
just see that cutscene again. It was pretty fun.
It's a good
Yeah.
cutscene.
Then you're about to see some real stuff happen without bash.
It's a good cutscene. Good cutscene. We haven't seen this bird yet, but that's the main antagonist of the game. We probably should have seen it about like 2 or 3 times by now, but you know, things are out of order just a little bit. We'll just take this.
Oh man, we're coming upon the Shoryuken top route speedburner entrance, by which I mean Sigma kills himself in poison water and spider shots. Nice, good job.
Thank you, thank you.
So this is another area trivialized by Bash that we don't actually have Bash for.
Yeah, so if you just look at that like section there, all those spikes at the bottom are actually instant kills. So even if he had full health, he wouldn't be able to.
Nice sure you can
But he
top
can
route
just do
speedburner
that.
entrance.
Nice, well done.
Shouts to Hetfield for the naming.
So again, we're still farming ability cells. We will never stop farming ability cells. It continues pretty much until the very end.
Yeah, one of the nice things later on in this category is we actually pick up the talent that gives you double experience, and we actually get to use a lot of it, which is pretty sweet.
As
My
well
health
as-
is really low.
No, dude, you're fine. Everything's
Alright.
fine. It might not be all that fine, but it's fine.
So you saw he was able to stomp that door that we previously had to use Light Grenade for. Because we now have Stomp, you will never see Light Grenade again. It is the most useless ability in the world.
Yeah, it's over now. Light Grenade got us 2 ability cells, and it got us Charge Flame, and now we're done with it. All right, gotta dodge that guy, because I didn't want to be this low on health, but it's okay.
So once again, his XP is going to matter a lot, and it looks like he has a pretty good count. He needs to get a level up right after doing this horrible trick. Do you want to talk about this horrible trick?
Yeah, so basically what we're trying to do here is get into an area called Valley. Now, as I've said before, we need Bash for that. We don't have it. So our way of getting in is we're going to start this cutscene, and we're going to use some save and reload shenanigans to basically, during this cutscene, the game places Ori in a different area. Don't ask me why. But we're going to, by save and reloading, stay in that area instead of coming back and use some out-of-bounds shenanigans to get into Valley past the point that we need Bash.
Notice that we're in Mount Horu now. That seems reasonable.
You'll notice Sigma also backed up his save there.
He
You
did,
can
yeah.
soft lock.
So this is called the overmap out of bounds, and basically he does a charge dash while saving, which gets him a very high amount of speed.
Dude,
Oh,
job.
very nice, dude. That was, oh my goodness.
That was so good.
All right, so now he's going to pick up a level here, and he needs that for the both the energy and health refills, and also the ability point, of course, forever.
This is fine. I just skipped one of the damage boosts.
Anyway, I'll talk about out of bounds again in a sec, but first let's talk about rocket jumping. So that's a trick where you do an ability called Charge Dash, which you just learned recently, and that causes you to fly at a very high rate of speed towards a nearby enemy. And at the same time, you can cancel that by pressing Jump or Feather at the same time. So he just waits until he has the right enemy nearby, presses Charge Dash and Jump or Feather, and it just cancels out his, like it prevents the game from reducing his speed back to normal. And instead, he just goes flying up into the sky, and the only effect that brings him back down to ground is gravity, which, as it turns out, is pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean, they programmed in a acceleration scaling for when you're moving horizontally, but you can't bash upwards. You can't dash upwards. So why would you need to program in deceleration that way?
Of course not.
Exactly.
Nothing crazy could happen there.
So he needs to get to this spirit well right up and to the right there. So naturally, he's going to go down.
Yeah.
And he's going to find a frog.
Now, Vulagen, why can't we just go up there?
Because we don't have bash.
Oh, okay.
And very, very soon, the madness is going to start. So prepare yourselves.
It wasn't crazy enough yet. Now we're going to get to kind of the inspiration for this run once we get through Misty, which is going to take a little bit because we don't have Bash.
So I have a $1,000 donation from Jay Hobbs.
Oh,
Nice.
That says, "Hi Sigma, I'll donate another $1,000 if you get Ginso entry first try, no pressure."
Oh boy.
No pressure now.
That
luck in
is
Ginsoo Tree.
the trick he refers to is not only the hardest trick in this run, but also if you miss it, you lose like 2+ minutes or something.
Yeah, that's why the estimate for this is so high, because if that goes wrong, you're in for a real bad time.
So Misty Woods, the way this area works is it changes as you're going through it, and like by changes I mean that actually the terrain like shifts and changes, and parts of its zone unload and become placed in different points. So he's going to put a save here, and this is the one place in Misty where the developers didn't quite catch. If you put a save point in some place that goes out of bounds, they usually remove it, but not here. So right now he's got a save that's partially out of bounds, and he's going to rekindle it, reload the game, and now he's out of bounds. And he's going to take advantage of this to set up a dash through the air. He's going to do a little bit of counting.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I have to go early because I'm too low to survive a hit from the spikes.
No, you're good.
Nicely
And now
done.
we're in Forlorn Ruins. And now we're in Misty.
Double jump.
You had energy to save, Sigma.
I did.
Oh man, yeah. So that out of bounds is really risky because of that exact thing. Like sometimes you can hit the frog from on the top, and then you just bounce directly up into the spikes and die. But fortunately, in this case, we didn't. And the entire reason we're here is we need this orb. This orb, normally in Forlorn, you pick up this orb and it allows you to change the gravity. But first, why don't you guys tell us about key duping again?
Well, if you look at the number increasing of his keys in the right side, you might be saying, Sigma, that's impossible. How are you generating that many keys?
Oh, save.
Basically, we're using the exact same trick as back in Grotto, but this time because this door has 4 slots, we can dupe 3 at a time, and it has this convenient spider here that's going to allow us to kill ourselves very quickly.
Yep.
We refer to this area as the key factory because you can just churn out so many to use later in the run.
So hey, now we're doing another trick. This is going to happen a lot. This is called Teleport Anywhere. He died while teleporting by doing a menu storage to grab the orb, to walk up on the ceiling, to go into Sorrow Pass. If you understood that, congratulations, you are amazing. Let's try to break that down. So there was a trick called Teleport Anywhere, where he sets up a Save Anywhere, which is the storage of the ability menu. And while he's doing that, he opens the teleport menu, which you just stand on a spirit well and press the bash button. Then, oh, this bird, dude. Oh no, it's over. It's over, dude. Reminder, he doesn't have bash. All right, you're fine. So he sets up Teleport Anywhere, then he dashes into the damaging wall in Forlorn, dies while teleporting to Valley of the Wind. That allows him to have control while the teleport takes effect, and he respawns. Then he picked up the orb, teleported to Valley of the Wind, and walked onto the ceiling, and remembered that he was on the ceiling, so he had upwards gravity. We are going to actually use every direction of gravity in this run. We're going to use up, down, left, and right. Meanwhile, there's more rocket jumps happening, and we're just sequence breaking the crap out of Sorrow Pass, but you know, whatever, it's fine.
Now we're finally about to get charge jump, which almost makes up for not having bash, because it's a pretty good movement ability on its own. We can finally not have to do a whole bunch of rocket jump setups everywhere to get places, which is nice. Although we'll still be doing a bunch of them, you know, because they're fast.
I'd like you guys to take note that this Madman Sigma tried to route charge jump out of this route 2 days before GDQ.
Yeah, I was sitting here at the event, doing setup and just reading Discord, what do you mean reroute the whole category?
This was all because I said, hey, sir, can we maybe skip charge jump? I mean,
It turns out you can,
Yeah.
but it's possibly not a time saver and way harder.
It's way harder. So we went for the wise play and we kept it in.
So Sigma's just going over here to get access to this teleporter, and then we're going to start the next leg of hilarity.
But first, we need to farm our cells.
Of course.
Because you're never done farming cells in
We
this
haven't
game.
gotten enough cells yet.
Yeah, I need a lot more. So back to Grotto again, our favorite place in the run.
This time we're going to go even further beyond the grotto.
Oh, climb the wall. Okay.
So there's supposed to be a cutscene there where Guma will activate some quick beam laser type things, and you just skip that. And now we're kind of traipsing backwards through this part earlier on where Guma was supposed to carry the water vein away, which apparently he's still doing, even though we already saw him drop it in the Moon Grotto, but whatever. It makes sense.
Yep. So this place is just nice because it lets us pick up a whole bunch of cells, and it gets us the swamp teleporter, which is going to get featured in this next trick coming up.
Yeah, Sigma's looking to be at about 9 ability cells and around halfway to level up.
The reason for that charge jump there was to get over another cutscene trigger.
So it's also worth mentioning that occasionally Sigma will do a charge dash, and then he will stop the charge dash by doing a stomp out of it, and then he'll jump. And so it'll look like a really fancy little movement that he'll do. And it's called a charge dash cancel. Basically, the idea is normally charge dash costs 1 energy, and he's only got 5, so he'd like to maximize the use of that. So he will do the stomp, which actually causes it to refund the energy, and then cancel that with a jump, and then keep going.
It's a stomp canceling. We originally were like, yeah, that's TAS only. That's way too hard for people to do. And then a runner, Hetfield 90, came along and said, TAS only? That sounds RTA viable.
Yeah.
And now we all have to do them.
So now we got to talk about this. So we're doing another teleport anywhere to do another gravity glitch. This one's going to be a left gravity. So you remember how Misty Woods, parts of it shift and like change as we're going along? Well, you're about to see exactly what that looks like.
Yeah, we
You know,
gotta go
while we have a
finish
break
Misty,
here, I
and
think
it's
we could
gone.
use a little snack. You guys want one?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Time for some Oreos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's Misty.
You're going to have to explain this when Sigma we're eating Oreos.
Okay, got it. So, okay. We'll just kill ourselves, no big deal. So, carrying that orb that we saw, that I just put the save next to, would give us the Gumon seal, which is like the 4th event we're gonna do. So, we're not doing that yet, but picking up 2 orbs at once is some really weird behavior that the game just really doesn't know how to handle. And it's gonna give us a state called hands-free carry, which is going to let me get weird gravity, but not be stuck, like unable to move because I'm holding an orb. So we'll just grab them both while I'm teleporting away, and I'll be soon back in Forlorn with this orb kind of just stuck on my back, and I'll be able to move freely.
Also, the Misty Orb is kind of gone right now.
Good luck in Ginso entry.
Thank you. Okay, so when the Oreos got passed out, I made a backup of this file. If I make a mistake here, we're going back to that backup and we're falling into Misty again because this is unrecoverable. I tried it for a really long time to find a way to like mess this up a bit and still get into Ginso, and it just doesn't work at all. So hopefully this goes well.
So we've been to this area before, but the platforming a little bit different when you fall to the right instead of instead of downwards.
All right, so there's a hole in the ceiling here, and Sigma's trying to land on a very specific branch up there. He's trying to do it very carefully, because that hole in the ceiling takes you to an out-of-bounds area, and if he goes out of bounds without setting up the right save and doing the save anywhere glitch, he is actually going to have to redo this whole thing. So here we go.
Looks like we should be good.
He's going to do save anywhere. He dashes out of bounds,
That's
does
a
a couple
setup.
saves. And we're in
Nice.
his zone. Very nice. Beautiful.
You just cost J-Hobbs $1,000.
All right, so he's going to save again and pick up the orb and save while holding it, and that actually causes the orb to go back to Forlorn. Or more accurately, it causes the game to just think that Ori is always carrying the orb, even though it's not there, and it doesn't have its effects. So when he goes back to Forlorn, it'll be there. It's really weird.
Now, something really cool about this category is, remember, this is the first dungeon, but we have abilities from very late in the game. So a lot of these areas become pretty trivialized and way faster because we have charge jump, we have air dash. These things make it quite a bit easier.
All right, this save is not in the best position, but we can work with it. Okay, hang on. I wanted to be able to just hold down and get straight through. But
Normally
we will
you
be
can.
able to get through here.
Yeah,
Just
this
a
is
bit.
kind of finicky sometimes, not
Alright.
very often.
I'm going to
There we go.
replace that save when we come back. I normally wouldn't want to, but I'll have to because that's too annoying.
I guess it means you can go store now.
Oh, don't blink, because that was a mini-boss.
See ya, boss.
Oh, man.
Basically, the way
boss
he was
sucks
able to
so
kill it
much.
so fast is he did a charge jump, a charge dash, and charge flame all at the same time. And the basically the damage of the charge jump, when it dashed to him, got that damage pulled to the boss, and that's going to do a combined total with the charge flame enough to kill him in one cycle.
By the way, Ginso with like every ability other than dash, or sorry, bash is amazing.
And now we finally have it. We got bash.
Yay!
And now that we have it, we're like almost done with the run in some senses.
Still haven't picked up an event though, so I might
Yes.
want to start doing that soon, perhaps.
We'll get around to it. It's fine.
Okay, that's not how you charge.
Charge jump is impossible.
I love the movement through here with charge jump.
I might as well go store because I'm gonna move that save anyways.
Yep. Charge dash is really nice, by the way, for killing yourself very quickly.
Another boss gets wrecked by our overpowered late game abilities.
So how are you doing on XP?
I actually think I'm good because I thought I was gonna level early, but I didn't level to that, so I'm like really close now.
Yeah, you look pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's yet another timed level up right now. He's going to put this frog up here, use his projectile to break this door, which he could actually break normally, but now he's going to send the frog in here, collect his XP, level up, and blow up both of those corruption orbs so he doesn't have to do the right room.
And that
So-
skips going all the way to the right side of that area to break it the way that you're supposed to.
And keep in mind, he has like gained 1,000,000 levels, so his XP, or his levels cost a crap load of XP right now, and he somehow managed to manipulate his count within 45 of leveling.
Yeah, when we were routing this category, I was like, there's no way we'll go for course skip because the right room is really fast when you have all the abilities. But then it just happened in a practice run, so I was like, maybe I guess we can go for this. All right, so I replaced the save, so I'm gonna have to maybe pick up some energy after this. We'll see. All right, we'll do this first. I wanted to leave a save in this out of bounds spot here, but it was like a really awkward way to get through the first time, so we'll replace it and hope it goes better. So let's do that and then get some energy.
Indeed. So we got one more out of bounds coming up because we need to get to Mount Horu because that's where the final event is, the final dungeon. In order to do that, we apparently go from the Ginsoo Tree, the first dungeon.
Makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, first dungeon, last dungeon, they're the same, right? So we're out of here.
I love these out of bounds. So the way this works is every second while you're out of bounds, the game tries to, like if it notices you're not in bounds, it will try to respawn you. But what we can do is do a save anywhere so that we end up saved out of bounds, then we respawn there.
All right, welcome to the final dungeon.
Very nice. And you just keep doing save anywheres as you're going, and you avoid getting reset too far back by that effect.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty much why we need so many abilities in this category.
Meanwhile, there's this cutscene that you normally see when you enter the dungeon, and at the end of this cutscene, it auto-saves the game, and so now we're at the entrance to Ginso, or to Horu, where we normally would not be.
Yeah, this is handy because the way this dungeon is supposed to work is you're supposed to go down from the top and get rid of the lava waterfalls on your way down. So that room I was in still had lava blocking the entrance. And that lava is a little more solid than the one on the other side, so we can't get through that. But since we can just go to the start like that, it's pretty convenient.
Take note, we are still experience routing. He's going to intentionally kill a bunch of these guys to magnet their experience to him for yet more level ups.
Yep, never really done leveling up in this category. And when I was doing that out of bounds to Ginso, there's spikes up there. Whoa.
Yo, first try, nice.
I meant to kill myself so that my save would be off cooldown, but I guess we're just gonna do that.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a magic spot where you can just dash directly into the lava there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like you die and then you do it, but whatever. So we'll back this up because this can soft lock you.
But basically, Charge Dash allowed him to get into a safe zone in the lava. I think Sigma said it best one time in chat. He said, the
was
history of
perfect.
Ori speedrunning is just the story of Ori runners figuring out they could Charge Dash through more and more things.
So now we don't want to do the left side of the dungeon other than the room we have to do. Oh, nice.
Perfect.
We'll call that one an intentional death.
Oh,
And
okay,
that one.
yeah, good.
Dude, we're really helping out the charity here.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
We have another $1,000 donation from Joka. Says, I can't be worse than J-Hobbs. Shout out to the Ori community. I'll let Sigma decide where this one goes.
Thank you very much, Yoka. Yoka
All right.
is
What am I supposed to do now?
I think
Oh.
there's some
Oh,
lava. I
crap.
think-
Crap.
I think that.
Oh. So this is an auto-scroller, so I can't do anything till this lava gets to the end of the room anyways, so we'll just mess around a little bit. And
I just want to point out that that was all swag, and he had no reason to die there whatsoever. You can beat this lava thing by like 9 seconds. It's really slow. Oh, man.
Back in the vanilla version, it used to be somewhat close, but now that we have dash and charge dash, etc., it's nowhere near being able to catch Ori.
Yeah. All right, so we've almost completed the final dungeon. We just have to get out of this room.
That was a little close.
Still collecting XP.
Collecting experience.
Now I'll just save here in case this is unkind. We'll see. Okay.
Now, lava obviously is a suggestion. We don't really care about that.
Oh, I killed him.
Ah,
Rest in peace, wall bro.
dude,
Oh,
I'm
well.
telling you to just do the strat I do. It's so much better.
I know.
Now we can show off double bash.
All right, I'm
think
going to
we're
back
still
this
here.
up because, you know, how warmth can go sometimes.
So we're 43 minutes into this run and we have no events. We're about to set up getting the first/last event, whatever it is. Basically, the last event is warmth, where you restore the element of warmth here in the volcano, and it's inside that room that we just placed a save outside of. But we have yet more glitching to do to both be able to get it and get back out of the room, because the game wants to lock you in and force you to do the final escape as soon as you trigger it. But
Having some trouble double bashing Sigma?
A little bit, a little bit.
So we're going to have another intentional death here. Get into the room and go trigger the final event.
Oh, God. Okay, we're fine.
But because we died and teleported, it's now going to teleport us back out of the room here shortly.
And so now we're standing on the teleporter, or I guess he's probably doing platforming right now while we stare at this cutscene, which is normally the end of the game, but instead we're actually at the entrance.
Nice.
And we got a little more to do. We don't have credit for the final event yet, the first event yet. Whatever, you get the
It
idea.
looks good though.
Yeah, that should be good.
Should be good right now.
Oh, that's at the
Whoa.
wall.
This is fine.
All right, so we got it.
There it is.
Nice.
Nice. All right. So
This
now,
guy respawn yet? He's still dead. Oh, that guy's up. Okay, we'll use him.
all right. So yeah, now he's completed the final event. The final escape is technically underway, but he's just not in it. He's gonna do some other stuff, like get all the other events of the game. Double bashing is the worst.
Possible. I'm gonna save here because I was at 1. And then we're gonna get some more experience. This
In there.
fine.
Easy. Oh, God. All right, so now that we've got the final event, everything else is going to go pretty quickly. We're going to go up and get Sunstone, which is the key to Mount Horu. Then we're going to go finish Forlorn Ruins, get the key to that. Then we're going to go finish Ginso, and then get the key to that, and then we'll be done. And it moves at a pretty quick pace right about now.
Yeah, we've got the setup to do everything done. I'm just gonna kill myself a few more times because, you know.
MG
There we go.
manipulation.
Gotta prevent cancer, dude.
I think I'll make it.
You're
Okay.
good. You're good. Oh, that wasn't even close, please.
Dude, those lasers are spooky. You never know. All right, what's we? I actually have a really high experience here. I killed some extra stuff, I think. That's good.
So we're going to grab one more level up here.
Oh, I dashed straight into the cutscene. I wanted to jump over this slow zone, but that's okay. So one more save anywhere. We just gotta wait for the Sunstone to get picked up, and then we're just gonna save and reload because the Sunstone cutscene is like 80 seconds long, and it's a big spoiler for what happens in the game, and we don't want to give people spoilers, so we're over
I
there.
mean, if you watch this run and you can actually tell what happens in this game, you are, like, amazing. You're a champion.
All right, back to the teleporter now. Okay. All right, just kill me. Okay. I guess this is probably a pretty good time for donations while we're going, you know, backwards through these events, so you can read some off.
Yeah, sure. So we have $50 from True Hidoar, Ori is an absolutely beautiful game, and it's great to see it getting run here for such a good cause. I can't watch right now, but I can't wait to see it after it's uploaded. $25 to make it a beautiful day outside where the birds are singing and the flowers are blooming, and $25 to save the animals, because that's what Ori would want.
This category is so broken, even Gumo can clip in this one.
Yeah, the door is still closed, but he's still going to walk in here, so good job. He's glitching too.
We also have $50 from Ashok S. Mom and Dad enjoying Ori and the Blind Forest from India. Great game and great graphics. Go Vooligan.
Thank you so much, guys. My parents are in India right now, and they were kind enough to call or text and find out like when the run was. They were very excited to watch.
$100 from Carl254 says, thanks for running this beautiful game. Totally enjoying this OREO-run. And $5 anonymous donation. Greetings from Austria, not Australia. Had to donate during the Ori and the Blind Forest run. Wishing all the runners best of luck, and let's save those frames. Apparently not the Oris.
That is definitely how you save the frames.
Got there.
Can confirm laser still kills you.
How about that? I thought 7 health was enough for these to not kill you, but apparently not.
Maybe you were just trying for the fast cycle that I got the other day. So this is actually the final ability point spending save anywhere glitch he's going to do in order to skip the wind escape, unfortunately. So if you wanted to see that, you're going to be disappointed.
If you wanted to see the wind escape, you should have donated for 0 XP. Because that's how many restrictions you have to put on the game to actually make us do this.
Yep. Which, by the way, like, you people donated $10,000 for this bid war. Like, I'm floored.
That is incredible.
It's amazing.
All right, so that's it for Forlorn. We're out of here now. And now we just got to go pick up the key, take 6 damage. That hurt. And we'll just make a save, so I'm at full health again. And yeah.
So earlier, much earlier, we left Misty Woods on a teleport while holding 2 orbs. And we got to Forlorn, and we only had 1 of them. So where's the Misty orb? Oh, there it is. All right, perfect. So the orb was inside you all along. And he has to walk this all the way back to that platform, but there's a bunch of enemies in the way, and they're all jerks.
Especially this guy. I'm just going to let him hit me, and then I'm going to...
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no!
And that is why he saved right there. Oh, God. Yeah, these 2 things, the bird especially, is just the absolute worst.
All right, there we go.
All right. Saved.
I didn't get any energy drops, so now I can't fix my camera with a save, so this could be a little fun.
So a few more save glitches here. This is the regular kind where you just rekindle a save. And it allows him to regain control and get the Gumon seal.
All right, so we now have 4 out of 6 events done.
Now hopefully I don't get lost. All right, let's go. Trying to get to the valley teleporter.
We've glitched so hard that the game has a hard time keeping up with exactly where Ori's supposed to be right now.
It'll
As
join
you're
us
about to see
eventually.
shortly.
All right.
Where's Ori?
Apparently right there, no problem.
We did it.
Fine.
We didn't get stuck on the wall somewhere. We didn't go wandering off into the other part of valley.
All right, back to Ginso to do the Ginso escape. And the awesome thing here is that he has like every movement ability in the game. So this escape is going to be really impressive and quick.
Yeah.
Best music in the game.
After all the pain we went through to get bash, we really don't bash that much in this escape. I mean, at the start we do, but now it's all charge jump and rock jumps.
Rocket jumps are great. What a great trick. Shouts to Brynhold, who came up with that trick. I don't even remember how long ago, a couple months.
Now, unlike the lava and the Horu escape there, the water actually rubber bands, so it keeps up with you pretty well. Spooky water.
A good water escape, always deserving of applause.
If you played that escape casually and you died less than triple-digit number of times, you have my adoration. It's quite easy in this category, though.
Minor note, he had to turn the UI back on temporarily there to have that dialogue appear, because otherwise the game temporarily locks up for like 15 seconds, and we have no idea what they're doing.
So that's 5 events. Fortunately, at the end of the escape, you're dropped off pretty close to the last one. So we're just going to go grab it and then end the game.
Yeah, that water vein we skipped at the very start. We're finally going to go back and get it.
And if you missed part of our commentary earlier, oh yeah, that's the 6th event, by the way. If you missed part of our commentary earlier and you're wondering why he's like almost done with the game and the estimate says 1:16 and his time is currently 53 minutes, it's because that one trick to get into Ginso was so risky that there needed to be padding for that. And since he got first try, like, we're going to crush this estimate by a lot.
And J-Hop's wallet.
So now we're back in the final escape, which is already underway.
Now, the very most important trick in the entire run comes at the end of this. We call it fish strats, and in reality, it saves 2 seconds, but in our minds, it saves about 7 hours.
Yeah, it's around 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
So
this is
if
like
you get
negative
this,
6-hour run right here.
exactly, it's perfect.
Oh,
We'll see
that's
why we
almost
call
fair.
it fish strats here shortly.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
Fine,
Okay.
you're fine, please. All right, fish strats, here we go. Dude, this guy is our friend.
Best fish in the game.
Come on, come on. Nice,
Nice.
perfect.
So time is called at the end of this cutscene when you lose control of Ori. He's going to pass behind a certain tree, and that's the point at which you no longer actually can control the game anymore. And Sigma will call time when that happens.
So Sigma just needs to hold right for a little bit, but during this thing, we just wanted to, both of us just wanted to like point out like the Ori community is like the entire reason running this game is awesome, and we like have a huge presence at this event this year, and it's been really awesome. So actually, I just wanted to ask all the Ori runners, come on up here, crowd in around us for this final walk. Let's go, come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, look at this awesome group of people here. And this isn't even like, some people are even like not quite awake, but it's all good. That was a sick run, dude. I do also want to let you guys know, we've got our speedrun.com leaderboard at speedrun.com/Ori_DE. And there's also a tournament coming up for Ori. If you want to find out about it, go to challenge.com/Ori_tournament and get some info about that. Time is coming up. It's coming up. We're getting there.
Never stress.
You jump with this character, right? That's how you go fast?
Time.
All right.
Nice.
There it is.
That was a 55-35.
32.
32, all right.
That's good.
Nice.
So we've got one from you per death, one from you per death, and I was going to chip in 25 per death. So I think we're doing pretty good on that. That's some number of dollars. I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
You almost bought my time, Sig. 1 second away.
Oh, man. So that was a pretty
That
solid
was a good
run.
run.
Yeah.
Huge thanks to
died
everyone.
on the way to wall jump.
Huge thanks to everyone who donated for both categories. Both runs are
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. It's just a shame we couldn't show both of them off, but either
Yep.
one absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, if you go to the leaderboards actually and you're looking for them, they won't show up on the main thing, but they're both under miscellaneous categories because they're kind of both oddballs that we just kind of do for like fun / show off. But you can find them on there. I highly recommend watching like the top runs of both. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
We've also we've had a ton of new runners join lately, so now's the time to get in on this game if you're interested in running it, because there's a lot of people who are learning and will be asking a lot of good questions.
Especially with the tournament coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I will just say, if you do come learn Ori, you want to run Ori, don't start with this category.
Oh man. Any last shout out, Sigma?
I mean, everybody right here. And everybody in the Ori community that couldn't make it as well.
Indeed, we have a lot of
Yeah.
friends who are watching in Discord, and we really appreciate all your support, including I think Ivuki was doing the German restream.
I believe so,
and
yeah.
Possibly Gu or Ike for French.
Yeah, one of
Yeah,
them,
I think-
or both of them. I don't know.
All these guys are awesome. You should definitely just go on the leaderboard and follow every single person, and you can't go wrong. All right, cool.
Yep.
All right, thank you for that amazing Ori and the Blind Forest run. Yeah, that's worth a clap. So we have a $4,000 donation from TailsFox88. Says, Ori and the Blind Forest is my favorite game 2 years in a row now. Going to be late for work just so I can watch this amazing run. Keep up the amazing running. Let's break that million.